Now here we know in detail how to prepare all the application forms. As I told you, for these you have to fill the application form manually, and for all these portals you have to just update the documents required. So there is no such application forms over here because all the details are already available in the portal. Now here for DMCC I will be preparing a separate module where we'll discuss on how to submit the documents in DMCC. Now we'll go to this stage where you will be submitting all the filled application form. Here you'll be filling the application form and then you have to submit it to client. So for portals you don't have to fill anything. Once you get a notification from client, you can directly submit the documents required application form. So here we'll discuss how to submit the documents to clients. So when you go to all links, you have application form field submission. So here there is a link over here. Clicking when you open this link, you by updating all the details over here, you can submit the documents to client. Now here company name, you can choose a company name whichever you are updating the field application form. So for example, if you already filled the application forms for PIC Consulting DWC, you can update registration is DWC, and then you can update the file. So this will be most of the time it will be in your folder, in your system folder. So you can select this upload over here, and then you can choose the file which you want to upload. So it might most of them will be in download, or you can choose some folder, and then you can update the filled application form. This one was the earlier one where it was not filled, but now you can update the filled application form for the client. And one more field over in this field, I'll be adding one more field over here, that is you have to fill the documents required form. So where for example here, once you upload, there might be some documents which you required from the client. So if you go to your folder, when you go to the JA manual folder, there is a document required for renewal over here. Same way as you did for your quotation, you can make a copy of this. You can right click on this will be the template, and you can make a copy of this. You'll make a copy of this and then edit the name. You'll be naming this folder, that is we will follow the same format as you did for quotation, that is company name, jurisdiction, and then what is the document. This document will be documents required, and documents required form, and then JEA ID, that is JEA1, JEA2, or JEA3. So this document will look like this. So here you can update. Once you fill all the application form, you will come to know what all the documents you have and what are the documents that you require from the client, because here you will require passport copy, and most of the time passport copy will already be available with us. So in that case you don't have to request any document from the client. But in case if the passport copy which is available with us is expired, and we need a new passport copy of the shareholder or the client, or if the passport copy is not at all available with us, in that case you can fill all the documents here. So what will happen is, when you submit this application form, along with the application form, if you submit this, client can submit the application form. After signing the application form, client can submit the other required documents along with that. So I'll be adding one more field over here, so you can submit both the documents over here in the form. So once you submit this, so this is how you can submit the filled application form and documents required to client. When you submit it, again it will be updated in the same folder. I told you earlier, there is a folder created to each client, so it will be updated over there. From there PS can access it and PA can send it to client. Now this is how you will be submitting the documents. So once you submit the documents, submit payment request to Varal. In this particular version, that is Varal 1.0, Varal will be requesting for the payment, and Varal will be directly making the payment to the jurisdiction. So before you submit, once you get these documents signed from the client, and you get all the required documents from the client, you have to make the payment to jurisdiction and then submit the document to jurisdiction for renewal. So in Varal 1.0, Varal will be doing all this process, and in Varal 2.0, in the next version, we can make this more easier process. Here, this is how you will be making, how you will submit the documents, and how the payment to the jurisdiction will be made. And one important thing what you will be filling in this template is here the document submission process. So you'll mention here how to submit the documents. So there are two ways. One is the client can directly send it through email, where we will be collecting the document from the client through email, and will be submitting to jurisdiction, because in some jurisdiction, like all the portals, you don't need the original signed copy, you only need a copy of that so that you can upload it in the portal. And in some jurisdiction you can directly email them the application form and other documents. But in most of the jurisdiction other where the portals are not there, so they all require a physical copy over there, physical signed application forms, that is the original signed application form along with the physical copy of those documents required. So in that case you can mention it over here how the document should be submitted. So here if you go to the contact list, if you go to the contact list over here, so type of company, I'll do one thing, I'll also update one more column here, and we'll mention it like a type of submission, then I'll update over here. DWC it is physical submission, SHAMS it is through email, that means the copy of all the documents can be submitted through email. This will be physical, this will be physical, and through all portal will be copy. So where portal you will be uploading through from your system, so all these places the copy will work. So this is the one thing that you have to remember when you fill the document submission. When you fill this particular form, you have to mention it, what is the process of submitting the documents. So if it is through email, you can mention that please sign all the application form and then send it back to us through email. And if it is through physical copy is required, then you can mention please sign all the documents, all the application forms, and provide all the documents and send all these together to the below mentioned address. So they will be sending it through courier, so you have to mention that you have to send it through courier. So I'll do one thing, I'll add this particular script in the script sheet, so you can use the script for, and you can update over here. So this should be mentioned so that we can execute or we can get the documents easily from the client.